Okay, guys, thanks so much for to be with us during today. Uh, Today is Saturday, October 31st, 31st, sorry. And then I have two presentations to share with you. One of these is related to a health center in Mars. And then I started to share my screen. Okay. And then, okay. And then I suggesting the title Space Medicine in Mars, the function of health center in Mars habitat, okay? And then, okay. And then we are based here in the health center, sorry. And then we will be discussing a lot of topics. First of all, I'd like to comment some possible activities to be developed in this facility. The health center will be providing guidelines for physical exercise, also guidelines about regular exams, and also routine of exercise, controls of calories, and other healthy data connected with wearable devices, and also mental health support, health conditions monitoring during the EVAs, interaction with robots and AI support during possibly during the surgeries. Also use of augmented reality guided surgery procedures using software solution. Also use drones in the EVA identifying possible risks to astronauts. And then some functionalities of our health center is surgery procedures, telemedicine, database of disease, psychological support, emergency simulations, guidelines about nutrition. And then we can see that the health is a very important topic in terms of the space studies, okay? And then also in terms of the scientific results and also related to the real application in life, okay? In space conditions, okay? And then and then we need to see the possibility of the mitigation of risks, okay? And then because of this is very important the studies of the analog missions and try to anticipate the possible problems that will be happening in space. Now we have a lot of data related to the experiences in the International Space Station, okay, and also the travel to moon in the 60s and 50s and 70s. And but now you need each day you need to start more to think about our the process of the Mars colonization. And then some health risks areas are related to carcinogen carcinogenesis, also acute radiation syndromes from SPEs, okay, and also degenerative tissue effects, also the central nervous system's risks. And then this is we have a very different possibilities of risks affecting the astronaut's life, okay? And then you need to have all attentions related to these aspects, okay? And then the Japanese Space Agency, they have a lot of studies too. In reality, many space agencies in the world, also NASA and European Space Agency, they have research groups and also connected to the universities, study many different aspects related to the space health. Okay, then also these one of the studies of the Japanese agency was related to the studies about the care about the loss of bone, okay, and then also they developed the also artificial gravity experiments, And then also this, like this, in this case of this research of JAXA, they think that these some results would be possible used in the future space missions to Moon and Mars. Okay, supporting also the Japanese astronauts and other astronauts too. And then was done a research, okay, about the main health issues in space. And then this was a long-term research based in data, health data of astronauts since 1981 to 1998. Okay, in this case, 17 or 18 years of studies. And then the main problem is related to the space adaptation syndrome of the problems that were mentioned by the astronauts. Also, other topics is related to nervous systems and sense organs. And then the third one was the digestive system problems. And then you can see that in Earth we have a diet, no? And then in space the the kind of meal and food are very different. And then I don't know how our digestive system is prepared to this kind of meals, considering a long term. And then also, if you have also I saw a presentation during the 23rd Mars Society Convention with a researcher from uh, Stepinova is her name, from Russia, and she did a long term experiment here in Earth, and she was living in something like a pool, and then she had a it's very challenging our health condition in space, and also our digestive system, and also because in non-gravity this is also affecting our intestine, the operation. Okay, and other problems related to skin and subcutaneous tissue. And a fifth category is related injuries or trauma, also musculoskeletal system and other problems too. Okay, and then if you can see, the respiratory system is not like in one of a big problem, or is a big problem. But if you look the something interesting is respiratory system. I believe in Mars will be one of the first, maybe the first or second, because based in contact with the Mars dust, possibly they will be developing some respiratory problems, problems like allergies, and also probably some symptoms of cancer. I don't know, in the maybe in a long term exposition. And then you need to to take a care about the dose contact in Mars, because this can be very dangerous to the astronauts, I believe. And then here we have the human space flight risks, okay. And then we have the altered gravity. We have problems related to psychological changes. Also, we are exposed to space radiation. Also, this from Earth drives the need for additional autonomous medical care capacity, and then it cannot come home for treatment. And then this is a very interesting topic of research in terms of what we need in a health center in Mars, and then we need to think about this. Also, think about the hostile and closed environment, how and we are exposed to CO2. Because of this, we had discussed it during the missions of the in this virtual way, the possibility to sensors identify a possible virus threat. Okay, because of this, we are isolated in the specific facilities in our proposed mission. Okay, And then this is can be very dangerous to the human life in a closed system. Okay, and then also fifth problem is related to the isolation and confinement brings some challenges in terms of the behavioral aspects of isolation. Okay, and then let's go. Then I can see you can see the International Conference of Aerospace Medicine is a very big field of research and also presenting specific congresses about. Also, this is a call for paper for this event. And then I will be talking about this was a like introduction, and now I will be talking about the internal design. Okay, and then this is a, a kind of hospital. Okay, but we need to adapt this conception to our confined environment in Mars habitat because we are considering 80 meters of diameter. Okay, but in a common hospital we have the operation room. Okay, and then also the utility, also the emergency examination room and a reception. And then in the Mars habitat we are considering three floors. Okay, and then in very simple way to explain this is one will be the lab, another one the surgery, and the third one will be a psychological and health attendancy. And then also these are related also to you think about pharmaceutical and research lab. One of these, the lab will be one of the challenge is to imagine the how would be producing a kind of medicine in the Mars habitat. Okay, and also doing experiments related to the health. Also, if you are under the threat of a space habitat or of a virus in our space habitat, we need to study how to deal with this possibility of virus. And then the second one is the surgery room, and then you can see the possibility of about have the support of a robotic system during the operation. Okay, and then the third room is related to like a psychology and cryotherapy habitat. This was a slide from the How One doctor from Kuwait presentation. And these and then I will be talking about the third dimension is related to applied technologies, and then one of these is robotic and telemedicine. And then here you can see the operation of the European astronaut Frank de Wine performing echocardiography in the International Space Station. Okay, and then in terms of the equipment, almost everything will be transported from Earth, but part of medicine will be produced in Mars. Okay, and then some common operating room equipments are the anesthesia machine, anesthesia monitor, video monitors, anesthesia cart, and also surgical microscope, operation table, operating lights, lasers, pneumatic tourniquet, blood warmer, defibrillator, and other equipments also. And then this was a contribution of Dr. Howan. Okay, and then a third dimension is related to a fourth dimension related to the management. We are imagining like a organizational structure based in three positions, main three positions: the physician, the nurse, and the psychiatrist. In the physician will be a medicine doctor, and then some duties are proceed surgeries, also propose routines and operational protocols for this facility, provide guidance to avoid risks, conduct educational activities and train nationals related to health, also communication with nutritionists. We imagine the nutritionist is based in the main station, also coordinate daily reports about astronaut health. And then the nurse profile, should be doing some activities like the assessing and planning nursing care requirements, providing pre and post operation care, monitoring and administering medication, intravenous infusions, take patient samples, pulse temperatures and blood pressures, writing records, supervising, also organize workloads and provide emotional support to patients. And then the third one is the psychiatrist, and also he will be or she emphasize the team's well-being, also support assist meditation session, also mental exams, psychological tests, supporting health performance exams, managing laboratory tools, managing drugs, okay? And then one challenge is define a list of drugs to be transported from Earth related to the uh, mental health. And then some topics of training related to the astronaut training program uh, are the simulation of accidents, health in space, the challenge lessons and success that had led to permanent occupation in Mars, the conditions to protect support life, how the sense species being weightless, how key psychological systems respond to one-third gravity, how human space physiology research is performed in Mars, major issues and challenges current human life on Mars. And then here we have a list of interesting videos like the space medicine medical operation and other topics too. Okay. And also some calculus about the necessities of the food and water to the astronauts in this facility. Then we'll be showing now the guidelines to be provided to other facilities are related to mental well-being, daily routines, health occupation, safety guidelines, aspects related to harmony, make astronauts comfortable, emphasize the well-being, also control of calories and other healthy data, suggestion of physical exercise, also guideline about hygiene, guidelines of mindfulness techniques, okay? And then about some protocols, then some protocols are related to harmony, to deal with stress, organize the surgery room, and also the disinfrastructure maintenance protocols. And then we have some procedures to the operation room, like what kind of each one will be necessary to be doing in this facility. Also, if in the moment of a surgery, what kind of procedure you need to do in the hospital. Okay, this was a study in Spain, but if you look, there's a lot of it just to show that there is a lot of literature about the what kind of procedure you need to do in a moment of surgery, like the shower and bath with antiseptic agents, also wash and carefully clean the anatomic region, also use the appropriate antiseptic agent for skin preparation, also if has not been eliminated, do immediately before the surgery. And then this is like it's a protocol, a guideline for the to prepare the human body for surgery, okay? And then you can imagine a lot of protocols that you need to map, okay, and collect and be prepared to different emergency situations also in Mars, okay? And then this is just an example, okay? And then protocols of safety are related to hygiene protocols, wearable data collection protocols, example, use of Apple Watch, heart rate, calorie consumption, physical activity level, saliva, blood, feces, and urine samples, protocols for dealing with psychological emergencies, and then also the protocols and simulations to deal with accidents, okay? Also, you need to think more about the possibility of the accidents and emergencies with the astronauts, what you need to do, because also part of the theory about Mars exploration, we are talking about the possibility about to be in lava tubes to protect from cosmic radiation. And then you can imagine that lava tube is not a regular surface, and sometimes you can damage the spacesuit. Okay, sometimes someone would be fall down in the soil, and then a lot of problems would be happening if you imagine the exploration of the Mars surface. Also, in the procedures of EVAs to collect the soil samples or collect ice, it's not something easy as we can imagine. Okay, and these situations can be very the EVAs can be very dangerous to the astronauts. And then just I'm almost finished. You need to think about the spin-offs, and then what is happening in the health center would be provide guidelines to our lives in Earth related to exercise and social isolation, and also relate to nutrition. And then also looking the impact in the relate to sustainable development goals, we can see a bigger impact related to the goal three related to good health, also quality education, and also gender equality, because we need to see more women participating in these activities related to space. And then these are some references related to this presentation, and then my contact. Okay. In this case, thanks so much.